Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm your host, Belmont. I want to start by apologizing for my last video. Not for the content, but because I'm not used to this new mic yet, and my old mic was a snowball, and you had to be right up on it for it to get clear audio because it's a singing mic, apparently, and that's what it was designed for. This one, not so much. Much better mic, captures sound better when you're at a specific range. So hopefully, I won't be reverbing into your ear. But in my continuing story of the death of Western games, we got this exclusive from Variety. Warner Bros. Game chief David Haddad to exit. I guess that David, that guy right there, doesn't look like he knows anything about games, but then, don't judge a book by its cover. Unless it's missing the cover, then do judge it. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment president David Haddad is exiting his role after 12 years leading the Warner Bros. Game division. Haddad will stay on with the David Zaslav led company for the next 3 months as WBD looks for his replacement and to help oversee the transition to his successor. David has thoroughly and purposefully chosen a time when our release schedule is lighter, which will help minimize disruption to our ongoing projects and strategic plans and allow this team to smoothly prepare for its next record breaking title. Warner Bros. Discovery, Global Streaming and Games CEO and President JB Perret. Perret? Is that how you say that? Parrot? Parrot? Parrot. Sounds better. Said. A town hall meeting led by Parrot and Haddad is scheduled for later Thursday to provide additional details to the WB Games team. A source close to the situation tells Variety there are no plans for WBD to sell off the games division, and the goal is to focus on filling Haddad's slots for the existing business. Yeah, no shit, they're not going to sell off the game division. They're still working on Hogwarts Legacy 2. That game did way better than anybody expected it to, even with the hate-filled campaign of people trying to cancel the game. Because you can't stop the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Doesn't matter what J.K. Rowling says, doesn't matter how many people get offended at her language. For every person that gets offended at somebody, there are going to be two people that join on. One that never cared and was always a fan, and another that you're going to bring in just to counter the haters. Because many people are contrarians. Many people are contradictory. They want to annoy other people. And when you go, I hate this thing, somebody else will show up and say, I love this thing because you hate this thing. And I think that was the effect that Hogwarts Legacy had. So you had all these people that already love Harry Potter's world or the wizarding world of Harry Potter, whatever you want to call it. And they were going to play the game no matter what. I'm one of them. I was going to play Hogwarts Legacy no matter what because I wanted to see how they handled the magic in the game, and it just turned out to be an actual fun, albeit a little bit generic adventure game, but in a world where everything seems to be sucking, a generic adventure game excelled, and it's what we needed, some sort of just fantasy, a little bit of escape, not too much agenda or message pushing. There's a little dabbling of agenda, but it was so minuscule that it was easy to ignore and overlook. And then you only have to deal with it for maybe 15 minutes of the game, and you never have to go back if you don't want to. But yeah, why would they sell when they have that on the horizon? Sure, Suicide Squad, the Justice League was so bad they had to completely retcon the entire game story. But hey, that's not one bad game doesn't kill a studio. Three in a row does. Looking at you, Ubisoft. But let's continue with the article. Haddad's exit comes on the heels of a bumpy few quarters for WBD's gaming results, with lackluster performance from 2024 Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League in comparison to the massive success of 2023's Harry Potter game Hogwarts Legacy. What was I just saying? Uh, Zaslav and CFO Gunnar Weidenfels, what is with these people's names? Have both noted that the plan is to increasingly shift focus from AAA games that take years to make and ship to always on live service titles and mobile offerings like Games of Thrones Conquest. Really, Game of Thrones Conquest? I've never even heard of that. The company is also intent on prioritizing titles from its top IP, including Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and the DC Universe and Mortal Kombat. They own Mortal Kombat now? I mean, I know Mortal Kombat did that crossover with DC. I thought that was just Mortal Kombat getting lucky, but I guess if Warner Brothers owns Mortal Kombat, then that makes sense why they were gonna put other IPs in there. What's next? Voldemort in Mortal Kombat? How's that even gonna work? Would they even do that? I am so proud of everything we've accomplished together at Warner Bros. Games. During my time with the company, Haddad said, it has been an absolute pleasure working on and building our iconic gaming franchises, and I will continue to be an enthusiastic supporter of this talented team's future endeavors. I look forward to working on the next chapter of my career and will always be grateful for my time with Warner Brothers Games. See the internal notes sent from the staff or to staff from Parrot, including Haddad's exit below. Oh, they got their hands on the email? All right, we're going to read this. Global Games Team. I wanted to share with you news that after 12 incredible years leading WBD Games, David Haddad has decided to depart the company. On behalf of David Zaslav and all of us at WBD, I want to express my deepest gratitude to David for his phenomenal work and passion during his time here. With the support and incredible efforts of this whole team, David has led WB Games to numerous accomplishments over the years, both creatively and commercially. His vision, talent, and passion have helped build one of the most successful and admired gaming companies in the industry and navigated some of the biggest changes and challenges as well. From transitioning a physical software company into a digital first gaming operation to organically building a successful free-to-play mobile business to develop and publish multiple billion-dollar games and franchises, including Hogwarts Legacy, Game of Thrones Conquest, and Golf Clash, to delighting more Mortal Kombat fans than any time in the franchise's 30 plus year history. The journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. Now, I gotta pause. Is that Mortal Kombat statement true because of the number of fans they reached, or simply based on population growth and how there are more people now than there are more gamers now than I think there were people who even knew what video games were when the first Mortal Kombat came out. Let's continue. David has thoughtfully and purposefully chosen a time when our release schedule is lighter, which will help minimize disruption to our ongoing projects and strategic plans and allow this team to smoothly prepare for the next record breaking title. David has also graciously agreed to stay on through. This is all the same thing I just read. This transition period will also provide me with additional opportunities to engage directly with the game's leadership, and I look forward to getting even more immersed with all of you in this incredible business. I don't know if that's a good thing, Mr. Zaslav. Who wrote this letter? Parrot? Yeah, I don't know. Anytime WB studio executives interfere in a project, it fails. They interfered with Batgirl and it was so bad they had to can it. Like no one will ever see that movie. I really want to see if there's like a sneak cut or maybe in a couple years someone will slip in and not care about their career on their way out. They'll just be like, "Oh yeah, here's a WB Batgirl movie. Bam, release it on, the internet." Some sort of pirate site would have to be because YouTube would strike that shit hard. Rumble probably wouldn't give a shit. I fully appreciate that, particularly after 12 years with the same leader and boss. Change can be hard and uncomfortable in our industry, and at WBD, we have certainly had our fair share. But ooh, burn. But it also brings opportunity and chance for healthy new perspectives and the ability to create the next incredible chapter for our fans and business. And I'm excited to embark on that with you. I'm sure you have many questions due to this news, so David and I will be gathering with you at the scheduled town hall shortly. You may have more questions than we have answers right now, but we want to respond to what we can. Thankfully, we will have some more time to celebrate and thank David, but I know you'll join me in the initial congratulations and thank you for this remarkable chapter he has led. JB. Jables? What's Jables doing here? No, I'm kidding. Um, who the fuck is JB though? Because I thought the note was from Parrot, which would be JP. Now I have questions. Who the fuck is JB? Where did that come from? All right, whatever. I guess there's somebody. Oh, President JB Parrot. Okay. I'm a dummy. Ignore that. But yeah, video games getting hit left and right. And I don't blame this guy for exiting before they fired him. I'm wondering what WB's next game is. What is their next game scheduled for release? Let's find out. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Oh, yeah, that game didn't do that well. So, this game was so undersold, they didn't even mention it at all. They were just like, "Nope, sweep it under the rug, who gives a shit?" Yeah, yeah, and I think the problem was the flying mechanics. People had, like me and other people, had grown so used to the, flying mechanics and Hogwarts Legacy that the flying mechanics in this were different enough that it didn't seem as fun. I have still yet to play this, but I watched gameplay and it seems that the broom mechanics aren't as intuitive. But then again, I guess they have a lot working on. You got to deal with the balls and the snitches and all that. And they also changed the rules to the point where some people were annoyed, which is silly because you don't want to play a video game where someone catching the golden snitch is going to cause the game to end because you're whooping ass, you're kicking ass, you got 120 points on the board, and then your opponent's like, "Bam, game's over, we win, suck it, all your work for nothing." So I got that. I forgot about multiverses, and I think what killed this game is them constantly updating it and changing things to appease the woke mob. The getting rid of Velma's ult or whatever they call it, her smash attack, for lack of a better term, from being the police coming to arresting you to the mystery machine makes no sense because the mystery machine, the crew, and they didn't grab people or nab them or tie them up or anything like that. Well, they tied them up, but they didn't throw them in the back of their van and haul them off. That wasn't their thing. They called the police and the police would come and solve the crime. Um, which is really weird that they went with that direction to change that. And then, okay, so Game of Thrones Conquest is a mobile game. I don't know. I've never played it. I don't play mobile games. The only game I would play that you might consider a mobile game would be Magic Arena, and that's because it's available on a phone, but it's not a mobile game. It is just a game that's on the phone. This is exclusively mobile. And I guess it's doing well. Because if it's based on, House of the Dragon, then yeah. I liked House of the Dragon more than I liked the real Game of Thrones, but I will admit I've only seen 3 or 4 episodes of the original Game of Thrones. The first episode I ever saw was the Red Wedding, so I had no chance to build favor towards all the characters that were being killed. All I know is the person I was watching it with was getting increasingly more pissed off as the episode went along to the point where they said it was the worst episode they'd seen. It was horrible. The show was in the gutter. I don't even think he finished watching Game of Thrones because of the Red Wedding. I don't think he quit right there, but he's one of the people that said that the show just went immediately downhills from there. But do they even have any announcement for their next game, latest game? There's just a list of all their games. Is Scribblenauts WB? Nice. Oh, apply. You want to work for WB Games? I wonder if there's an opening. It did nothing. It does nothing. I don't know what they mean. Oh, it's a search additive. Never mind. I thought it was like a join the team career. You want to play test games? What's their play test thing like? To sign up for play testing. Yeah, all right. Well, I didn't even know. That's pretty cool. Most game companies don't have a play test option on their website. WB must really be in need of people with sensibility and understanding of games because it's not this guy. Anybody that greenlit Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League should step down or be fired. And he saw the writing on the wall. And when they retconned it's not a coincidence he's stepping down right after they retconned the entire story of Kill the Justice League because that means that they had to admit they screwed up so bad that they had to effectively erase what the game was. But yeah, that's the news. That's our news from Variety, an exclusive coming out of WB Games. More strife for AAA game developers in the West. Yet, you don't hear stuff like this about FromSoft. You don't hear stuff like this about we're coming out of Nintendo. I just did that video about aiding, tripling their profits from the previous year. So Eastern developers are knocking it out of the park. Western developers are circling the drain. Hopefully, they can paddle hard enough to escape the whirlpool and getting sucked under, but we'll see. We'll see. And that's all I have for this video. Belmont out.